Hi everybody, this is Mario Hernandez. Thank you for watching. Today we're going to be going over a tutorial on how to create a slideshow, a responsive slideshow using the FlexSlider module, Drupal module. But in addition to that, we're going to be creating a slideshow that not only combines images, but it also includes videos. So this is a very tricky thing to do. I'm finishing up a project where I had to do this kind of slideshow, and I couldn't find much help out there for something like this. So once I figure out with some of the little help that I found, then I thought it would be a good idea to put a video together where I go through the entire process of creating this type of slideshow. The slideshow that I'm talking about is something similar to what you see here. As you can see, there's a graphic here with some, node information, and there's also a video that is included on this slideshow. So this is the kind of slideshow that we'll be building. Today we're going to focus on just building the slideshow. Later on I'll record another tutorial on how to style it in a way that you can display it as you see here on the screen. We're going to be doing that, and in order to build that, I'll be using this default Drupal installation. Forgive some of the distractions here. I think I'm using some core updates and things like that, so you see some error messages, but just ignore those and focus on the video. So we're going to need a few modules to get this done, and the modules are FlexSlider, of course, which is the main one, views, so we can create a view for the slideshow, and we can create a block out of that and decide where we want to publish that block. The video embed field module allows us to grab the URL or the embed code of a video, whether it's YouTube or Vimeo or some other source, and include it on our content. And FitVid is a nice module that allows us to turn any video into a responsive video. So that's the goal for today. And there's a few dependencies. Obviously, views requires ctools, FlexSliders, and the FitVids modules require a couple of libraries, third-party libraries that we need to download in addition to the modules. So I'll go through that process. So let's go real quick. First, we're gonna go to the video embed field module, which is you can find it at drupal.org/project/video_embed_field, and you just download that and place it in the modules section. The same goes for the FitVids module, project/FitVids. But in addition to downloading this module, as I mentioned before, we're going to download this library here. It's a JavaScript library. So when you do that, you click that, you can actually do copy all, Control-C, Command-C. And then you go and create a file, a JavaScript file with this name here, jQuery.fitvids.js, and paste the code into that file. That file needs to be placed inside this location here in your Drupal site, sites, all, libraries, FitVids. And that's where you save that file. I'll show in a minute how that all comes together. And then the FlexSlider module, which is the main module that we're going to be using for a slideshow, also requires a third-party library, which you will see here. You can download it from GitHub either by cloning this library or downloading the zip file. Once you download it, you need to unpack it or unzip it and name the folder FlexSlider, just like this here. Make sure that you don't do any typos, and the case is a case sensitive, so it's all lowercase. And that folder with the content of the GitHub project needs to be also saved in your sites all libraries folder. So let me show you real quick here. We are here in our site, and then we have sites all, right? So let me go back down. So we have this is our Drupal system, sites all, and then in there you create a folder called libraries, which doesn't exist by default. You create a folder and you save the content of those third-party libraries that you downloaded. For the FitVids, you create a FitVids folder or directory, and you save the content of the file that we saved in there. That's one. For the FlexSlider, same thing. You download the package and unzip it and rename the folder FlexSlider and make sure that it goes inside the libraries folder. This one, don't worry about. This is for a different project that I'm working on. So once you've done that, then you download the modules, right? And you obviously save the modules in your sites all modules folder. So I already have done that also. If I go back here, actually let me jump to the project, sites, all modules. So I already have a few of the modules downloaded, but not all of them. I'll go ahead and download. For example, I have the FlexSlider already downloaded. I have the FitVids. It's here somewhere. There we go. I need to download the video embed field module. Okay, and I'm going to enable video embed field. Okay, so that's done. And so we have all our modules ready, right? We have the FlexSlider done, views is already done, with seed tools, video embed fields, I just did that, and the FitVids. Now I'm going to go into my content type. You know, you can have videos and images on an existing content type, or you can create a custom content type for your slideshow. In our case, I'm going to add the image and video embed fields to the article content type. And I can do the same for any other content type where I want to pull information from, because I may be creating an article about a new update that I'm on my website, and I want to display that as part of the slideshow. So that's why I'm adding those fields to that content type. But again, you can create your own custom type just for the slideshow if you like, and that will work just as well. So I'm going to go into my content type, article, manage fields, and the image field already comes with the article content type, so we don't have to worry about that. But I'm going to add the video field because that one doesn't exist, so I'm just going to add a video. And for the type of field, we're going to choose video embed, and this is what the video embed field allows us to do. And we save this. Okay, I'm just gonna add plural. Okay, good. And save field settings. You can make it required if you like. Add some description or help for people who are gonna be doing this. And I'm going to save the settings. Just gonna leave the default. And there is my my video and my image fields. I'm going to go to the display settings for this. I'm going to move video and images all the way to the top, so when you go to the node, the full node, those fields will be listed all the way at the top. And what I'm going to do with the video is I don't want a label for the video. I'm going to hide the label, and the image doesn't have a label either. Notice that I'm not making any changes here to the default settings. Video players for the video and images for the video, those formats are just the default. Okay, so now I'm going to go to my views, and I'm going to add a view. Okay, homepage, slideshow. I'm going to use content, and we can choose any type of content or all contents, because we may have images on other content types, or we have videos on other content types that we would like to pull at some point into our slideshow. For this purpose, I'm just going to select the article type, but again, you can choose all or just specific content types to pull data from. We're not going to create a page, we're going to create a block instead, and we're going to place that block in a designated page that I already created. So the block title is homepage slideshow, and the format, we can leave it as is right now. Let's just go ahead and pull the fields. We'll change the format to something else later. So I'm going to pull a few fields. I'm going to pull the body of the node. I'm going to put the title is already there. We're going to put the path, and I'll show you how we're going to use that later. I'm going to use image, right? And that goes as part of the article. I'm going to pull video, article, right? That's the field we added to the article content type. We don't want label for the body, and we're going to leave the format as default. However, we're going to change the the amount of information that we're going to display on the slideshow, because obviously we don't want our entire body content to be displayed on the slideshow. We want to trim that to, let's say, 300 characters, and we're going to say to trim it only on a word boundary, meaning don't cut off in the middle of the word when you reach 300 characters, and add the ellipses so it does the dot 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 at the end. No label for the image either. We're not going to change anything here. We're going to leave it the way it is. For the path, no label. The path is basically a path to the node. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a link that will take us to the node when we click that path link. And this is that token the path gives us. And we can say read full article. And we're going to add a right arrow just to make it more interesting. You'll see in a minute what that is. And the path that I saw, the token that I'm using is path. That's why I'm using here. And I'm turning it into a link. So I'm going to save that. No label for the video either. The video, we're not going to change any settings at all either. And I'm going to rearrange these fields, the order I want the video and images on the top. The title, the body, and the path. That's a good order there. First thing I want to do here, though, with the view is I want to change the format from unformatted listed to FlexSlider. This is what's going to give us the slideshow functionality that we're looking for, and we don't have to change any of the settings. The option set is something that you can actually do in FlexSlider settings. You can create multiple option sets. What that allows you to do is you can create different type of slideshows, for different purposes. Maybe the sizes that you want are different, or the options that you want are different from one slideshow to another. So you can create multiple ones, and if you do have multiple ones, then you will see them listed here. So you do that at the FlexSlider's settings screen, which you can find under the configuration page. But in this case, we don't have any custom ones. We just have the default, so we'll just leave it as default. And if I scroll down, you notice that all those nodes that we were pulling, they're no longer listed one after the next. They're actually now set as slideshow. And you see those handles here. See how I can move from one to the next. And that is giving me the slideshow functionality that we were looking for. We have our image, we have our title, our body, and our read full article link. And so this is good. The one thing I want to change, though, I don't want to pull 5. What I want to do, I want to, let's see, I only want to display 2 items instead, and I'll create those 2. And by default, it will pull in the latest ones. So it'll just pull the last 2 that we create. So I'm saving my view. And I'm going to go and create those 2 new nodes. Type article, which is the type of node that we're using for our slideshow. This is simple with the video. I'm going to create a little dummy text here. I'm going to paste that there. I scroll down, leave the image alone. I'm going to embed a video here. So I'm going to go to YouTube, and there's this nice video that is very inspiring. So I'm going to pause it. What can Drupal do? It's a really, really nice video, so you may want to check it out. So I'm going to share that video, right? I'm going to grab the URL of the video, or I can also grab the embedded code if I want to. But the URL will do fine. I'm going to go and paste it here. And I'm not going to provide a link. I'll leave everything else as is and save it. Okay, so there's my video with my information there. I'm going to create one more node, article again, and again a little dummy text, paste that there. Let's see. Yes, that doesn't make any sense, but just you get the point. I'm gonna go and grab an image from my computer. I have downloaded this one, really nice image of beautiful beautiful dog. Alt text. Alt text is always a good idea to add to your images. That's good for SEO purposes and also for accessibility. People who are using screen readers that can't see, that are visually impaired. The screen reader won't read the image, but it will read the alternate text that you add to the image. So that's good for that. That's outside the scope of this tutorial, of course, but I just thought I'd mention that. All right, so we have our latest nodes, and if I go to my view, let's see, what was it, homepage, slideshow, this is the one here, and you'll see that there's one node, and now our slideshow is just two nodes, that and the video, which is what I want. I just wanted the last two. And because this is a blog, I'm going to go to my blog section. I am there, okay. So let me see, look for that. Where is it? Here we go. I'm going to, I already have a page that I created for this slideshow. I'm not gonna use a title for the blog because I don't want that. I'm gonna put it on my content section, and I only want it on a specific page, which is, I think I called the page slideshow, and that's that. That's telling us where the blog will be displayed. And if I go to the slideshow page that I created, you'll see that that's our slideshow there. Very nice. See how I move from video to image. And the nice thing is, if I go here and I resize my screen, see how the image resizes automatically. This is done by this FlexSlider module. Now, the one thing that you notice, and you're probably wondering what am I going to do about the video? Video is showing the actual size of the video, and that's not necessarily what we want. What we want is the video to also be responsive, and right now it is not. So what I need to do is we do that with the FitVids module, which is already installed, and I believe even enabled also. But there's a setting that we need to change. Let me just confirm that it is enabled. That's fit. It's actually not enabled, so I'm going to turn it on. That's why. So I'm enabling the module, the FitVids, and it's telling me that all the settings are ready to go. If I click the configuration link for the FitVids module, it's giving me this here. If you leave the body tag here, this means that any video that you add to your website will become responsive automatically, all of them. And that may not necessarily be what you want. You may only want some videos to be responsive and other videos to show actually the actual size of the video, smaller videos. So if that's what you want to do, then you can add the class or ID of the container of your videos that you want responsive. For example, if I do FlexSlider, only videos who are in the FlexSlider container will be responsive. All other videos will not be responsive. It will be just the regular size that you get from YouTube. I'm not going to change that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it as body, and so all my videos are responsive. And I'm going to go to my slideshow link. Here's my first slide. I'm going to let that go on its own. And now that we enable the FixFit module, we should have our video also be responsive. And I don't know if I've maybe disabled something, or because I have hover over the image that pauses the video. But if I slide here, now you can see that my video is responsive. It's also big as the image, and if I resize it, it becomes small. So that's the slideshow right there, both video and image. And you can see there's some differences on the height of the image and the video. So that's something that you need to play around with to figure out what the right image site will be that you'll be adding. So when you transition from one image to a video, you don't see the difference in height. I wouldn't suggest you set a height on your slideshow because the purpose of FlexSlider is to let the content drive the height and width, make it flexible, make it fluid, make it responsive. So I wouldn't recommend you specify height to the images or to the slider itself. So that's how you can create a slideshow using FlexSlider that uses both images and videos. On another video, I will show you how you can style your slideshow so it looks similar to what you see here, a little more stylish, and nicer looking. So that will do it for today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that you can use this. I myself could not find something this elaborate for creating slideshows with FlexSlider that uses both videos and images. So that's why I decided to record this, and I hope this is helpful for you. Have a great day. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Take care.